the random jottings of Hinge and Brackett with Dr. Evadne Hinge and Dame Hilda Brackett. With friends and neighbours at Stackton Trestle in Pom Poms in the Park.
In the middle of the park at Stackton Trestle, there's a bandstand. Built in 1900, it was the gift of Sir Petrie Havelock, millionaire mousetrap manufacturer and amateur bassoonist. It was here, at a concert in 1903, that Sir Petrie's trousers caught fire. And it is said that his oompas were never quite the same again. These days, the bandstand is seldom used for concerts, though it does still have its uses. Birds nest in the roof, old men in raincoats shelter from the rain, and small boys go there to play with their marbles. And to knock each other about. Bigger boys go there for more dubious reasons. It is also extremely popular with dogs. More's the pity. Well, last summer the council decided that the bandstand should be given a new lease of life. And I was persuaded to organize a concert party to perform there over the August bank holiday weekend. Oh, why do I do it? This was a question that Evadne and I were trying to answer as we prepared the drawing room at the old manse for one of the early rehearsals.
Why didn't you just say no, Hilda?
Because I thought it would be fun.
You've got a funny idea of fun.
I still think it'll be fun. It is fun. I shall make it fun.
You make it sound worse and worse.
Oh, get hold of the other end of the settee and help me lift it back against the wall.
Hilda, I might remind you that I was dragged into this fiasco as a pianist, not as a scene shifter.
Oh, Evadne, come along. This is concert party. Half the fun is mucking in.
In which case, I suggest we leave the settee where it is until the other three get here. Then the two men can muck in and move it.
No, that would just waste time. Besides, I don't want Teddy Tranter and Peter Moore playing silly blighters with my settee.
Yes, not exactly an awe-inspiring cast, is it?
Well, it is holiday time there. An awful lot of people are away. Now, do give me a hand to move the settee, please. They'll be here any minute. There may only be 3 of them, but they need all the space they can get.
Very well. But before they go, they can jolly well move it back again, silly blighters or not. Right. Lift.
Not so fast, dear. I haven't got a hold.
Then get hold. I thought you were in a hurry.
I am not in so much of a hurry that I'm going to risk breaking my fingernails for it. Right there. Now, are you ready?
Am I ready?
Oh, do stop moaning. Now lift. There, that was simple enough, wasn't it?
Just look, now I've broken a fingernail.
Well, if you're playing the piano, they're better short anyway. And I can't bear all that click-click on the keys. Anyhow, I think that's the room ready. Or do you think I should move the ornaments off the mantelpiece?
I've really no idea, Hilda. How violent do you imagine this rehearsal is going to get?
It won't be violent, dear, but it may be rather energetic. I mean, you know what Mandy Moore's like once she starts kicking her legs about.
Yes. Very embarrassing.
And totally uninhibited.
You're right. Let's move the ornaments. Now, if you hand them across, I shall put them on top of the bookcase.
Right. Here we go. You know, Evadne, I am rather surprised that we didn't get a few more volunteers for this little do.
Oh, quite honestly, Hilda, I think it reflects rather well on the population of Stackton that so few of them are willing to make fools of themselves.
Nobody will be making a fool of themselves, dear. I shall see to that. I have always possessed the magic ability to make talent blossom, however minimal the talent. Well, look what I did for you.
If I were you, Hilda, I wouldn't get too cheeky until we got all your ornaments away. You might just get one over your head.
Yes, you were probably right about the possibility of violence. Some people just can't take criticism. Well, that's the mantelpiece cleared. I think we are finally ready for the fray.
Incidentally, Hilda, have you decided yet what you're going to call your merry and versatile band of entertainers?
Well, not really, not yet. But you remember that very famous troupe called the Co-Optimists?
Yes.
Well, I thought that as we've got you with us, we might call ourselves the Co-Pessimists.
You don't think Hilda's Follies might be more appropriate?
Actually, I think all we need put on the posters is Pom Poms in the park. After all, we shall all be wearing pom-poms.
Oh.
What did you expect to wear, dear?
Now, can't I be excused, Pom-Poms? I'm allergic to fluffy things.
How can you be when you live with 3 cats and all that mess under your bed?
I mean, can't I just be allowed to sort of tuck myself away behind the potted palm and dress normally?
What? And frighten everybody off? No, Evadne, you can't. You're one of us, and you're jolly well going to look as though you're one of us. Concert parties always wore Pierrot costumes, and that's what you're going to wear. Pointed hat, ruffles, pom-poms, and all.
In that case, I'll wear a mask. I should hate to be recognized.
In ordinary circumstances, I would jump at the suggestion. But in this case, no. Anyway, your name will be on the program. As I told you the other day, I'm giving you 2 spots to yourself, 1 piano, 1 banjo. And while we're on the subject, what exactly are you going to play?
I shall think about that nearer the time.
You'll think about it now, I want to know.
I shall make up my mind in the next week or so.
No, dear, I want no last-minute surprises, like Mablethorpe. What sort of thing are you thinking of playing?
Well, I thought perhaps a light classic or 2.
How light?
Pretty light.
Well, they better be. We don't want a load of Brahms and Liszt. And I warn you, just in case you go on too long, I shall be standing right behind you, ready to hook you off.
Hello? Hello there? Ah, there's Teddy at the garden door. Come on in, Teddy. It isn't locked.
Ah, hello, Evadne. Hello, Hilda, love.
Morning, Teddy, dear.
Good morning, Teddy.
I say, that's a pretty little box you're carrying, Teddy.
It's Oriental liqueur, love. All undone.
What have you got in it, then? A Chinese takeaway?
Well, as a matter of fact, love, it's a new trick for me magic spot.
Oh.
If I might be permitted to rest it on the table here, perhaps I could demonstrate.
If it's anything to do with eggs, Teddy, I hope you've had them properly hard-boiled this time. I can still see you at the town hall children's party with egg dripping out of your ear.
Oh. Wasn't that a mortifying fiasco, Evadne? By the time I'd done, I felt like a souffle waiting to be whisked.
Yes, you looked more like a leg of Kentucky Fried Chicken waiting to be breadcrumbed.
All this talk of food is making me feel quite peckish. And we've so much to get through before lunch.
Well, right, if you're ready, I'll walk you through my new trick then.
Right.
Now, first off, I pull open this little drawer in the box here, do you see?
Yeah.
And into it I pop a little white mouse.
Oh.
Then I shut the drawer so, and I say, with a good deal of showmanship, of course, on the night,
Yeah.
I say, abracadabra, round the house, vanish, vanish, little white mouse. And then I open the drawer, and the mouse is gone. Then I reach into my trouser pocket and... Ooh. What have I found here?
What have you found in there?
My mouse.
Where is it, then?
Where's what, Hilda, love?
Where's your mouse?
Well, it'll be in my hand.
Well, it's not in your hand now, is it?
Well, no, that's because I didn't put one in the box. I told you I was only walking through the trick.
So you did, dear, yeah.
I mean, if I don't put a mouse in my box, I can't fetch it out of my trousers, can I? But you see, when I do the trick properly...
When you do the trick properly...
Now what?
Oh, come off it, Teddy. We all know you've got one in your trousers already.
I haven't.
Of course you have. You've got 2 mice. I mean, that mouse in your box doesn't really get into your trouser pocket, does it?
Well,
Oh, come on, Teddy, admit it. You have 2 mice.
As a matter of fact, Hilda, love, I've got 6. Just to be on the safe side. They don't half tickle.
Well, where are they now, then?
Well, they're at home, love, of course. Why?
Oh, thank goodness for that. I wouldn't want you rehearsing with your pockets full of mice. Not if you're going to be dancing with me. Hello, it's us. Here's Peter and Mandy now.
Brace yourself.
Come along in, the door's open.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
I'm sorry for a teensy-weensy bit late, Dame Hilda, but I did a very silly thing last night.
Well, I did advise against it, dear. You knew we'd nothing to fall back on.
This does sound intriguing.
No, you see, I went and washed our practice tights. And when we went to put them on this morning, we couldn't get into them, could we, Pete?
Well, we could get a bit of ourselves into them, Dee, but nothing like enough, not for Dee's party.
So we had to stop off in the High Street on the way here and buy ourselves another pair each. And I'm afraid these pink ones we're wearing were all they had. I feel like a flamingo.
Count yourself lucky, Dee. They make my legs look like 2 sticks of rock.
My Peggy has a penchant for pink. You know, she always does her aerobics in a pink body stocking. Sometimes when I walk in and find her rolling about the floor, I think she looks like half a yard of salami.
Well, I think the pair of you look very picturesque, don't you, Evadne?
Downright medieval.
And you should know.
I do hope you two didn't walk to the High Street dressed like that.
Oh, my goodness gracious, no! We slipped into these in the car, didn't we, Pete?
Well, you may have slipped. I struggled. That's why we're late, isn't it? I had to stop every time I caught someone peeping through the window at me.
I did tell you to pull the car into the car park, but you insisted on doing it right outside Woolworths.
Mandy, the car park would have cost us 40p. I wasn't paying 40p just to put my tights on.
Of course, that car park in the centre is a long-stay car park. I suppose it might be worth 40p if one was changing into long stays.
Oh, Hilda, love, that's a good one. Perhaps we should pop that into the show. I could come on in a cloth cap and a muffler, and I could say to you...
Don't encourage her, Teddy. We shall end up having things thrown at us. Now, Hilda, can we please get on with this rehearsal?
Yes. Right, everybody, now settle down. Now, this morning, I want to concentrate on the opening number.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully you all know your places. Yes, right. So let's get into line, shall we? Starting here from the piano. Now, it's Evadne at the piano, then you, Teddy, then me.
Dead centre as ever.
Are you objecting?
Merely remarking.
Then please don't. Now, Peter, you're on the other side of me, dear.
Yes.
And Mandy, dear, you're on the far end next to Peter. All right, everyone?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, well, now, I've written a little verse for each of us, introducing us and telling the audience what we all do.
Oh, that sounds a wonderful idea, Hilda, love.
Here you are, then, Teddy. This one's
Oh,
yours.
how muchly.
Peter and Mandy.
Jolly good.
Oh, bless you.
And Evadne.
I just hope this is a good idea.
The show begins. There's a chord on the piano. Evadne, a chord. I shake my tambourine. And Teddy, you begin.
Yes, very well, Hilda, love. My name is Uncle Teddy, and magic's what I'm at. I've pigeons in my pockets and a rabbit in me hat.
Why has he got pigeons in his pockets, Hilda? I thought it was white mice.
No, the last time I spoke to Teddy, he was going to do something with pigeons. But, Teddy, you can change pigeons to white mice if you like, dear. It'll still scam.
Oh, I think not, Hilda, love. No, we don't want to give the game away.
Right, now, Peter and Mandy.
I'm Peter.
And I'm Mandy.
Our second name is More.
And once you've seen us dancing...
You'll want more.
And more
And more.
Charming, my dears, absolutely charming. I think you can cut the curtsy, Mandy. Now, Evadne.
Very well. They cannot do without me, as you must plainly see. Where'er they go, they'll always be accompanied by me. Oh, God.
I think we can lose the oh God, dear. We We don't want to overrun. And now it's me. I am Dame Hilda Brackett. I keep them up to par. I always twinkle, twinkle, because I am the star.
You can't say that. We're all supposed to be equal.
Oh, very well, then I'll generalize it. I'll change it to a star.
It's just as bad.
Well, I've got to have the word star in it, Evadne. I mean, what else would twinkle, twinkle?
How about toes?
What?
Well, you know, Hilda, love, like twinkle toes. I mean, suppose you were to say, I am Dame Hilda Brackett, as everybody knows, and when I twinkle, twinkle, I do it on my toes.
No, I don't think so, Teddy. But thank you anyway. Now, to the opening song. You've all got your copies, yes?
Yes.
All lined up, right. So, it's 1, 2, 3, and Evadne. Evadne. We're sailing along on a carpet of clouds. Teddy, you should have come in there, dear.
Should have come in where, Hilda, love?
On that line, just like a kite on a string. That's your line.
Oh, is it, love? I've not got it underlined.
Then underline it, would you please?
Right. Oh, no, I've got the next little bit underlined, you see.
Well, you shouldn't have, dear. That's Mandy's line.
Oh, is that my line, Dame Hilda? I thought that was P.
No, Dee, that's yours. The next one's mine.
That's right, Peter. You've got it.
Thank heaven somebody has.
So, Teddy, I think you'd better rub the line out under your bit there.
But I can't rub it out, Hilda, love. You've put it in biro.
Then you'll just have to scribble through it, won't you? And do make sure you scribble through the right bit. Now, shall we try again? Now, stand by, everybody. And 1, 2, 3, and. We are sailing along on a carpet of clouds,
just like a kite on a
There,
string.
lovely there.
We're dancing in clouds.
Way over the crowd. Life is a wonderful thing.
The world is mine, including heaven as well. You couldn't buy it, 'cause I wouldn't sell. We're sailing along on a carpet of clouds, having a wonderful time. Oh, well done, everybody. Well. Well done, well done. Now, second time through, it's all together with movements.
Oh, dear.
Well,
I can remember these.
and just in case we're still not too sure of the movements, I'll call them out.
Oh, good.
So, positions, please, and facing front. And don't forget the jockey movement. Bouncing from the knees as if we're riding donkeys. And on the turns, the train movement with the arms. And Mandy, don't forget your big pirouette at the end now.
Oh, no.
You see, Evadne, this is fun, isn't it?
I think I'd prefer it with donkeys, personally.
Well, when you're ready, now.
We're sailing along on a carpet of clouds, just like a kite on a string.
Facing front and
We're dancing in clover, way over the crowds. Life is a wonderful
face front and kneel.
The world is mine, including heaven as well. You couldn't buy it, 'cause I wouldn't sell. We're sailing along on a carpet of clouds, having a marvelous,
Now, your pirouette.
wonderful, having a marvelous time.
Oh, Mother's food. Oh, my grandmother's tea service. Oh, you know, Evadne, there's something I hadn't thought of. We should have moved the bookcase as well. Well, another week or two of rehearsing made all the difference, particularly when Mandy got her ankle out of plaster. And on the afternoon of the bank holiday Saturday, Pom Poms in the park opened on the bandstand as planned. There was a good crowd, a lovely smell of newly mown grass, and a stiff but pleasantly warm breeze, which played havoc with Evadne's pom-poms. The opening number went splendidly. Teddy's conjuring worked well, though there was a nasty moment when he sat on his hat and we all thought the rabbit was in it. Peter and Mandy's rag doll dance caused a good deal of mirth, at least some of it intentional. And so we arrived at my first number. This was a little animal song. And I sung it with the rest of the company ranged behind me, wearing doggy masks and waggable tails. Except for poor Peter. His tail fell off as he was entering. But you know, I had to admire the truly professional manner in which he picked it up and waggled it nevertheless. And so, ladies and gentlemen, as a small but heartfelt tribute to all the wonderful artistes who appeared with the co-optimists throughout the 1920s, we will now tell the rather sad tale of a guinea pig. When a little dog is sad, he'll whine and wail. When a little dog is glad, he'll wag his tail. All the pickaninnies and poms wag their little toes and froms, but one animal I know has no tail to wag. And so, how can a guinea pig show his teeth when he hasn't got a tail to wag? All the other animals you will find have got a little tail stuck on behind. If they'd only put a tail on a guinea pig and finish off a decent jaw, then the price of a guinea pig would go right up from a guinea up to 30 bob. If a guinea pig should fall in love someday, on his lady love he'll call, but sad to say, she returns his ring with thanks when she finds out that he's Manx. So he has to go through life minus tail and minus wife. How can a guinea pig show his teeth if he hasn't got a tail to wag? All the other animals you will find have got a little tail stuck on behind. If they'd only stick a tail on a guinea pig and finish off a decent job, then the price of a guinea pig would go right up 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. From a guinea up to 30 bob. Thank you, bless you, thank you all, bless you. Where's my bouquet?
There isn't one.
Evadne, I thought I told you to have flowers sent round for me.
You did, dear, but the wretched child I bribed to pick them got caught by the park keeper. And by the way, you owe me twopence.
Honestly. Thank you so much, everybody. And now, fresh from one of her celebrated pianoforte recitals in the public bar at the Goat and Spats, I give you your very own Dr. Hinge.
Well, now, for those of you who are beginning to despair about the tone of this afternoon's performance, this is where things take a decisive turn for the better. I would like to begin by playing for you.
What do you mean, begin, Evadne? You're only going to do the one.
Go away, this is my spot. By playing for you by Johann Strauss, Unter Donner und Blitz, the Thunder and Lightning Polka.
Do you think that's wise, dear?
Oh, Hilda, love, look.
What, dear?
The floor.
Under the piano.
Shut up!
The planks don't look safe.
They're going to go.
Evadne, stop, dear.
Go away!
But you're not safe, dear.
Nonsense!
Well, congratulations, dear. You've done it at last.
Done what?
For the first time in your life, you've actually brought the house down.
The Random Jottings of Hinge and Bracket with Dr Evadne Hinge and Dame Hilda Bracket. With friends and neighbours at Stackton Trestle in Doctor's Oak.
Evadne is a great one for keeping things in pots. Pots vanish into her bedroom like pound notes into a showgirl's garter. Her bedroom is full of pots. For a start, there are several pots of loose change, much of it old money. And, of course, her old money is a good deal older than anybody else's. There's a groat or two and a few doubloons. Even, I think, a couple of pieces of 8. Given to her by Blackbeard the pirate. What for, I shudder to think. There's a pot of nuts and bolts, a pot of goose grease, I think she uses that instead of a moisturizer, and a whole lot of pots with things growing in them, unusual things like sea buckthorn, scurvy grass, toad flax for her toads. But to get to the point, one morning towards the end of last winter, I was sitting in the drawing room when Evadne staggered in carrying a very large china plant pot containing what looked like a very large twig. Evadne, what have you got there?
I should have thought that was obvious.
Well, no, dear, it isn't.
It's my oak tree. The one I grew.
And what are you going to do with it?
Well, I'm trying to find somewhere to put it.
Are you open to suggestions?
Only sensible ones.
Well, don't put it on the table. That pot will scratch it.
I'm going to put it down for a minute.
Well, don't. Not on the table.
Very well.
And not on the sideboard either.
Then where do you suggest?
Well, if you must put it down, put it on the floor. No, wait a minute.
Hilda, this thing is heavy.
You should have thought of that before you started carrying it about. Here, I'll put a sheet of paper down. You can pop it onto that.
I've never known such a fuss in my life.
And I've never known anyone walk into someone's drawing room carrying an oak tree. See, what on earth happened to it? Looks awfully dead, doesn't it?
That's what trees look like in winter. All the leaves fall off, remember?
Evadne, I am not a fool.
You're not much of a naturalist either. It was only a couple of years ago that you discovered Brussels sprouts don't grow on trees.
All I'm saying is that tree of yours looks particularly dead. Are you sure it hasn't been struck by lightning?
Hilda, until today, it's never been out of my bedroom.
That's why I ask. Maud swears that zinc hip bath of yours attracts lightning.
Maud thinks everything attracts lightning, which is why the outside tap's got a rubber glove over it. And the foot scraper's covered in insulating tape. I am very proud of my oak tree. To think, only 5 years ago, that was just an acorn.
Yes, it has shot up, hasn't it?
It's over 3 feet high.
Which would be very impressive if it was a cyclamen. But for an oak tree, it's still got a long way to go, hasn't it? I mean, it'll be a while yet before you have to start worrying about birds nesting in it.
Just you wait until I get it planted out in the garden. Then you'll see it start to shift.
In the garden? Now, you're surely not thinking of planting that thing in the garden.
What did you think I was going to do with it? It's getting far too big to keep in a pot.
I'm not having that in the garden.
Well, you can have it in here if you'd rather. It'll mean digging quite a big hole in the floor. And, of course, in due time, it's going to ruin the ceiling.
So what do you think it'll do out in the garden?
Hilda, out in the garden, the ceiling is a good deal higher.
No, Evadne. Those things grow enormous.
Well, make your mind up. A minute ago, you were mocking it because it hadn't grown enough.
That was when I thought it was staying in your bedroom. No, I read about one of those things. It was over 100 feet high and more than 40 feet across. And if you wanted to walk round it, you were advised to take a packed lunch. I do not want one of those in the garden.
Hilda, the one you read about, no doubt in one of your tatty novelettes, would have been very, very old. It was probably the Robin Hood's oak in Sherwood Forest, or something like that. But Robin Hood's oak is more than 500 years old.
And did you grow that one from an acorn?
They all grow from acorns, but only very, very slowly. So, were I to plant this one in the garden, you would have nothing whatever to worry about, at least not in the foreseeable future.
No, I don't trust you with things like that. Look what happened with the rhubarb. I told you not to put it right outside the garden door, but no, you knew best. You said it would be hardly noticeable out there. And what happened? It grew so tall you could sit under it in a deck chair.
I can't help it if I've got green fingers.
Well, I don't want your green fingers poking about in my garden while you've got an oak tree in your hand. Or is that a mixed metaphor?
No, just your usual muddle. Still, I really don't see why I shouldn't put this in the garden. If I put it right down at the end.
Then I'll tell you why, Evadne. Because no matter where you put it, nor how slowly it may grow, its roots will gradually creep and spread beneath the ground, undermining everything that stands upon it. They will reduce the buildings to rubble, render the soil infertile. The land will be barren, and the sun will never be seen.
Is that what it said in your novelette?
Something like that, yes. But according to the dust jacket, it was impeccably researched.
Well, if you're going to make a fuss about having that tree in the garden, where am I going to put it? I have tended and nurtured that for over 5 years, and I am not going to see all my efforts wasted. Besides, trees are precious, especially English oaks.
I agree with you, Evadne, I really do. That's why it is so important that you put it somewhere safe and sensible. A thing like that needs to be put out in the countryside, not cooped up in a garden. It's like trying to keep a tiger in a cat basket. I tell you what, why don't you pop down the back lane and plant it on the verge?
Because if I do that, the verge trimmer will come along and cut it down.
All right, then plant it in the hedgerow.
Then the hedge trimmer will come along and cut it down.
Then shin over the hedge and plonk it in the field.
And then the farmer will cut it down. Or, if he sees it soon enough, he'll pull it up.
It's a tough world for oak trees, isn't it?
Mind, I suppose I could always present it to someone.
Well, I'm not having it.
No. I mean, to the town, to Stackton. And they're always having ceremonial tree plantings.
That's true. They've got through 3 silver spades since we've been here. That's how the Lady Mayoress did her back in, on the monkey puzzle tree in the park.
What, planting it?
Well, from what I hear, it was afterwards she was climbing it.
That woman is a dreadful exhibitionist.
No, she was only trying to get her hat back.
No.
Well, it was a very windy day, and you know what it's like. No one will lift a finger, especially to her.
Yes. Yes, you know, I think that is the answer. I shall give my tree to Stackton. That way, it will be looked after forever. Oh, and of course I expect they'll put a plaque on it to tell people it was my gift. You know, I could even ask them to name it. They could call it Doctor's Oak.
Why not Hilda's oak?
Because it's mine. I grew it.
You grew it in one of my pots. I've been wanting to use that pot for 5 years.
Well, you'll soon be able to, won't you? I mean, I shan't be planting it out in it. Anyway, I grew it entirely in my bedroom.
In my house?
In our house.
All right, in our house. But you were going to plant it in my garden, weren't you?
In our garden.
Well, if it's our house and our garden, why isn't that our tree?
Oh, very well. If you must muscle in on it, we'll call it the Hinge and Bracket Oak. How about that?
Yes, that sounds a lot better. Far less medicinal.
Well, who on earth can that be? You're not expecting anyone, are you?
Oh, good heavens, yes, I am. That'll be Eureka Stapleton, from the information centre. She phoned a day or two ago to see whether we had any Second World War songs she could borrow.
And what does Erica want Second World War songs for? I mean, haven't they heard that hostilities have ceased?
She's arranging one of her little tourist exhibitions, dear. Stacton Under Fire. So I said I'd dig out a few songs, and she said she'd pop in and collect them.
Now, why isn't Maud answering the door?
Well, I don't know. She must have popped out.
Then why didn't she tell us she was popping?
Presumably because you told her yesterday not to keep coming in here telling us every blessed thing she was doing. Now, I am going to let Erica in. Oh, and do wipe that soil mark off your face, dear. If she sees you like that, she'll probably want you in her exhibition as a commando. All right, Erica, dear, I'm coming. Hello, Erica.
Morning, Hilda. Not too early, am I?
Well, to tell you the truth, dear, I'd forgotten what time you said you were coming, but this is perfect for us. Well, come along in, then.
Thank you. Actually, we did actually say 11.
I'm sure we did, dear, yes. It's what I usually say. Now, let me take your coat. I've got everything ready for you, and I'm sorry I was so long answering the door.
Oh, well, that's all right, Hilda. Hope I didn't sound impatient. I wouldn't have knocked, only I thought perhaps the bell wasn't working.
Well, the bell's fine, dear. It's Maud that isn't working.
Oh, I saw Maud in High Street just now. She was standing outside the co-op, holding the bucket for the window cleaner.
Well, whatever they say about her, she's good-natured. Now, if you'd like to come through into the drawing room, all the old stuff's in there, including Evadne. Evadne, it's Erica, dear. She's come for the music.
Morning, Doctor.
Good morning.
I say it's so good of you both to help us out.
To be perfectly honest, Erica, I can't claim to have been much help.
And to be even more honest, Erica, she never can.
Oh, come on, Hilda. I mean, the doctor was absolutely wonderful when we did our little exhibition of poisonous roots and berries.
Yes, I'd admit that in that field she's unrivaled. Well, she uses so many of them in her cooking.
Living with you, it's a wonder I don't use more.
One of the things I've always admired about you two is the way you can say the most wicked things to each other without either of you ever taking offence.
Who says I don't take offence?
It's true, Erica, she does. Sometimes she doesn't speak to me for days. It's bliss.
Hilda, are you going to give Erica the music she came for or not?
See? She's gone humpy now.
Doesn't she go on?
Here we are, Erica. Your music's all together here on the top of the piano, dear.
Oh, I say, you have found a lot.
Yes, I came across some quite nice ones, really. Let's see. Now, there's the boys of the ARP, the Blackout Song, the Little Doodle Bugs. Oh, and this is a nice one. Good night, got your torchlight. Good night, got your torchlight. Yes, get your gas mask. Yes, all right. Good night, got your tin hat. Yes, got your food card. Yes, and it goes on like that.
The things we had to put up with. Hitler and all those dreadful songs.
I think they're absolutely wonderful. Oh, and the covers are so evocative. Oh, they do take me back. Do you know, I just started school when the first evacuees came to Stacton. I think it was the evacuees that gave me scarlet fever.
You're lucky that's all they gave you.
Oh, I say, just look at that. There's a boy coming home on leave.
Come on, Evadne. Pop your tin hat on and belt this one out. And give it your best air raid shelter style.
As a matter of fact, the only time I ever played in an air raid shelter, I gave them a song called In an 18th Century Drawing Room, based on a theme of Mozart.
I bet they were glad when the all clear went.
Even during the war, Hilda, there was more to life than roll out the barrel. And now, if you're ready...
I'll just get my reading glasses. In a big department store, there's a girl whose heart sings a song. She she's had word to say he's on his way, and now it won't be long. There's a boy coming home on leave. There's a girl wants him home on leave. She'll meet him right at the station, and will she tell all the nation? There's a boy coming home on leave, and his heart won't be on his sleeve. They'll have a grand celebration when he comes home on leave. And as they meet, he'll tell her how he's missed her. That's after he's kissed her. And then they'll talk about that wedding morning. They'll plan a honeymoon. The army won't wait till June. There's a boy coming home on leave. He'll enjoy coming home on leave. They'll make it 10 days of heaven when he comes home on leave. And as they meet, he'll tell her how he's missed her. That's after he's kissed her. And then they'll talk about that wedding morning. They'll plan a honeymoon. The army can't wait till June. There's a boy coming home on leave. He'll enjoy coming home on leave. They'll make it 10 days of heaven when he comes home on leave.
Wasn't it? I do so admire you two. I say thank you ever so much for the loan of the music. And if ever there's anything I can do for you...
As a matter of fact, Eureka, now you'll probably be able to advise us. You see that little thing in the pot there?
Yes?
Well, it's a tree, Eureka.
Yes?
Yes. Yes, Evadne and I were thinking of presenting it to Stackton. Not the pot, mind dear, just the tree.
No, there's no need to worry Erica with that, Hilda. I shall phone Arthur Dimmock in the Parks Department. He owes me a favour.
Why? What have you been doing for him that I don't know about?
Council business, nothing you would understand.
Dear old Arthur. You know, he gets more like a garden gnome every day. I was talking to him only yesterday. He was trying to persuade us to let him plant a screen of Canadian spruce all round the information centre. I told him hardly anyone can find it as it is.
Yes, it's one of the great challenges that Stackton offers to tourists, isn't it? And another is finding somewhere to eat.
Another is finding something worth coming to see.
Yes, I must admit, attracting tourists is a bit of an uphill job. There are some rather interesting plans floating about for the old slate quarry.
Oh, I do hope they're not going to turn it into a working museum. The dust would be quite dreadful. Tell you the truth, that oak tree is one of them.
Oh, it's an oak, is it? Well, that's interesting, because we've recently been thinking of replacing Squire's oak.
Squire's oak? I've never heard of it.
Oh, no. It went long before you and Hilda came to Stackton. I can only just remember it. And it was enormous. Must have been hundreds of years old. It used to stand in the river meadow, which was once part of the old manor, and it sort of disappeared during the war.
Yeah. Like all the iron railings and the silk stockings did. You know, we used to have to paint our legs with gravy browning and draw a seam up the back with our eyebrow pencils.
I never did.
Well, no, you could always knit the sort of stockings you wore. I'm sorry, Eureka, I interrupted you, dear. You say nobody knows what actually happened to the tree.
Well, no one's really quite sure. All we do know is that a few years later, the Squire had the Great Hall repanelled. Anyway, the loss of that tree put paid to Oak Apple Day in Stackton.
Then why not revive it? There surely lies the answer to all our problems. Oak Apple Day.
Oh, Evadne! What a splendid idea! Oh, the tourists will love it. Oh, my mind's churning already.
Well, Hilda?
What?
Oak Apple Day.
Yeah.
Heard of it, have you?
Yeah.
All right, then. When is it?
May the 29th, which is the birthday of King Charles II and also the day on which he entered London at the Restoration. Additionally, it commemorates his concealment with Major Careless in the Royal Oak at Boscobel near Shifnal in Shropshire after his defeat at the Battle of Worcester.
Hilda! If you ever want a job at the Information Centre...
How on earth do you know all that?
I learned it at school.
You do surprise me.
Well, I was at a school that was founded by one of King Charles II's closest friends, and we always celebrated Oak Apple Day. We were given a half-day holiday and spent most of the afternoon eating cream buns and trying to stuff oak apples into each other's bloomers. Oh, it will be lovely to celebrate Oak Apple Day again. Well, talk about great oaks from little acorns growing. Things really did escalate. And before you could say Nell Gwyn, we had arranged a ceremonial tree planting, a special service at which oak garlands were to be worn, and the choir were to sing When the King Enjoys His Own Again. And then a historical pageant in which Evadne was to restage the Battle of Worcester and the Restoration in 15 minutes. The day was to be rounded off with an ox roast, a dance, and a firework display. But 2 days before all this was due to take place, I was sitting in the drawing room, quietly gilding my oak apples, minding my own business, when Evadne came rushing in from the garden in a terrible state.
Hilda, the most dreadful thing. You'll never guess.
What is it, dear?
Hilda, something's happened to my tree.
What do you mean, happened to her?
All the leaves are turning yellow, and some have fallen off.
Ooh, that doesn't sound quite right. Not in May. Mind, I did tell you back in the winter there was something funny about it. I mean, even as a pea stick in a pot, it looked decidedly grey to me.
Oh, you do talk nonsense. I can't think what can have happened to it. It can't have done it any harm standing it outside. I've sprayed it with pesticide, fungicide, watered it, I've fed it.
It's hardly likely to be lack of food or water, dear. Maud's been giving it those as well.
Maud has?
Oh, yes, she's been most solicitous.
And what exactly has she been giving it?
Oh, well, you know, Maud. Just simple everyday things. Old tea leaves, washing up water, the remains of the sherry trifle. Or anything that she thought might do it a bit of good.
That explains it.
Oh, good.
It's my own fault. I should have left it in my bedroom under lock and key. Well, that's that. I mean, we certainly can't present it to Stackton in the state it's in now. We'll just have to cancel the whole affair.
Oh, we can't do that, dear. The entire town's involved. They'd lynch us.
Then what do you suggest?
I suggest we find another oak tree, and quick.
And where would we find another oak tree that size? There are very few oaks in this area.
Well, where did you get that one?
Well, I picked the acorn up in Sherwood Forest.
Sherwood Forest, that's the answer. I'll get the car out, and we'll drive across there. We'll find out who's in charge, presumably somebody in Lincoln Green.
Complete with bows and arrows, no doubt.
Well, if the tourist season has started, yes. Anyway, we'll explain our predicament, and we'll throw ourselves on their mercy.
And suppose they still won't let us have a tree?
Then, Evadne, as you started this whole blessed business, you'll just have to go back after dark and dig one up. And I think we'd better take the spade with us, just in case.